These are experts gathered to commemorate the 2019 World Population Day. The major issue, according to the experts led by the Director of Technical Programs at the Nigerian Conservation Foundation, Joseph Onoja, is the sustainability of the environment to the population, which has grown exponentially over the last few decades.
It's not just the absolute numbers, although numbers count. The issue is the pressure that population brings in the environment. If you have one person who is greedy and exploiting so much of a resource, the impact of that one person could be more than that of 100 people who are living and eking out a daily living. So it's both ways. The number is important where you have too many people living in the same area, but the pressure and the consumption pattern is also important. And you are right, one American or one British person or one European has much more impact than 100 Nigerians. But that doesn't mean that we in Nigeria should just then keep quiet and not do anything about it. Because when our environment deteriorates, when we don't get what we can out of nature, then we are not going to go complaining to Americans to come and solve it for us. We have to solve it ourselves.
For his part, Robin Maynard, who is the Director of Population Matters, spoke on the topic overpopulation in the developed world and the global approach. He said nations must work to provide the right balance between population growth and sustainability of the world and the way people live. For Temitope Okonum, the unaddressed issue of population growth has grave health implications for everybody. She called for urgent attention to be given to addressing population growth in a holistic manner since it affects so many sectors and people's everyday living.
But if you try and force people to do things, I think they resist. I'd certainly resist. So it's when you give people opportunities, they go, yeah, I've got a choice here, and I can see the consequences of this choice, and I can see the benefits of making this particular choice. That is what I think is going to work and does work, and that's been proven in Bangladesh, it's been proven in Iran. And you can see from the way the representative of the National Population Commission here talked, she all talked about educating the girl child, giving those young women the opportunities, rights and choice.
Environmental health, problems with sanitation and health, we will never get it right, we will never get adequate sanitation. Every day we are cleaning the gutter. I mean, this is one of the things we partner with other organizations with. We're trying to clean the market spaces, the ocean. It doesn't, when you clean the ocean today, go tomorrow, it's the same thing. So with more people, there will be more problems with sanitation and of course, health.
Speaking on behalf of the Lagos State Government, the Permanent Secretary of the Lagos State Ministry of the Environment, Abiodun Bangboye, said the state government is doing all it can to ensure the state, having surpassed the megacity status, become more livable. He said the government is putting structures in place but ask for attitudinal change and the conformity to laws bordering on the protection of the environment.
Like I said, they are to serve as natural reservoirs so that when there is heavy rains, there is always a place to contain the excess water and it won't lead to flooding. Now that most of them had been reclaimed, all that we are doing, particularly in this environment that we have the Lufasi, we are trying as much as possible to ensure that nothing happens to it. It's not about the wetland alone, but even the habitats in the wetlands. The moment they are all taken over, it means we will lose all those type of lives. You don't have the animals again, you don't have the plants again that should be there.
Experts also called on all Nigerians to understand the nexus between overpopulation and a sustainable environment moving forward.